We're here on site at the Harrison House with Ashley and Sarah Kendrick. It's a beautiful house. I can't wait for everyone to see it and also to learn the story kind of about how you chose this property. So why don't you tell me a little bit about that? Let's start at the beginning.
We kind of just wanted our own haunted house. I feel like this is one of those houses that just stuck with us long enough until we realized, like, oh, we're supposed to buy this house and renovate this house. It was a big deal for us because it felt like the first real adult project we've taken on. Like, we've done so many renovations through the years together even, that this one felt like, oh, we're gonna hire architects, we're gonna hire engineers. This house has been through so much history. It was built in 1888. It's had a fire. There's no floors in certain areas. There's rafters hanging from the ceiling. There's holes. And it was one of those things where we were like, do we have the guts to take this on? Mm-hmm. And then the house just kept literally haunting us and being like, oh, by the way, you are the people that are supposed to develop this house, so let's get to it, kind of thing.
And this street we'll have to show you. Everybody maintains their yards and they have that pride in ownership, and historic Hyde Park just has this history, and this house sits on this beautiful street, and we want to bring it back to its rightful place as it was built.
So you can't tell here from the porch, but this is 3 stories, almost 5,000 square feet. Where do you even start with a project kind of this magnitude?
I just look at my wife and go, what are you gonna do with this? Because
it's yours.
I found the real estate and that's my job.
Yeah, my gut reaction is to take it back to as much original character that it was born with as possible, preserve that architecture. There's so many beautiful windows and original moldings and hardwood floors.
We kept the 3 fireplaces. It was really important to us. Our architect actually was like, maybe we should scratch them, but we were like, these are original fireplaces.
Yeah. Yep, we want to keep the original stacks where they are. The location of the original kitchen is going back to where it was, the original living room, the original dining room. Everything's going to feel...
It's very much a restoration.
Yeah, but we're going to elevate it to today's modern standards, but not make it a modern house, so.
I just feel like her and I really worked it out to where it was like, okay, let the house be what it's always been, and then make sure we don't do anything too modern with the finish levels. You keep talking about these very classic, traditional finish levels on the actual cosmetic side.
So tell me, as you're envisioning some of these things, what are some of the really cool features that you're foreseeing in this project?
So something I've always wanted to do, and I finally get to in this project, is a master suite on steroids. It's a soaker tub that's going to be surrounded by windows with a chandelier over the top of it, a walk-in closet that has a Jack and Jill access to a washer-dryer hookup. The kitchen's going to have a huge eat-in island. In the kitchen and in the dining room, we plan to have a statement chandelier, some statement pendants over the island. Another one of the features that we're really excited about is, currently when you stand at the front door, there are walls everywhere. And one of the things that I really wanted to make sure when you walk into this house, I want it to feel jaw-dropping. When you look to the right, there's going to be wainscoting that goes up the stairs, and then straight back you'll be able to see an eat-in kitchen, possibly a statement hood in front of you, an intimate dining room, living room to the left. So we'll have sections off for each of the different spaces, but for the intimacy, but we'll also create that open floor plan that everybody enjoys.
Yeah, tell me more about the floor plan.
So originally, when we sat down with the architect, we had our hearts set on having a master suite on the main level. That's always buyer feedback that comes back. We'd really like a main floor master. And when we really started diving into the square footage on the first floor, we kept going back to the fact that the main floor wasn't conducive to a master suite. It made more sense to create more of a family environment and an open environment and create a much larger, more elaborate master suite on the second floor.
Yeah.
And then also, we have this whole 3rd story that we zoned as a mother-in-law suite, a second area where it could almost be rented out as a completely separate space. 2 additional bedrooms, 2 additional bathrooms on the 3rd floor.
Like if you had older kids or like in-laws that lived with you, it's the dream house. But it came down to the fact that how cool would it be to just give these awesome en-suites. I feel like kids are always left out. Yeah. Like we don't care what our children sleep in. We have this awesome, amazing master bath and this amazing kitchen, and they just have their bedrooms. So like, now that we're parents, we were thinking like how cool to give the children like this experience too, or the in-laws or the guests. So we're making these 2 awesome en-suites, so they'll have their own bathrooms and everything, both of them, upstairs on the 3rd floor. Fantastic. And there'll be other bedrooms on the 2nd floor as well. So you've got the master, a bedroom as well off of that, and then you've got these 2 awesome en-suites on the 3rd floor. So it'll be a 4-bed, 4.5 bathroom home ultimately when it's done.
So tell me about some of the outside features.
We have 2 decks, one off the front and one off the back side that will enter through the living room that are going to be preserved.
And we're gonna enclose a sunroom.
Yes.
So it'll be like a fully enclosed sunroom. They have it actually enclosed right now. It's finished space. That was another battle because we were like, maybe we just scrap this. It was in really bad shape. So the thought was we could just demo it, but then everybody loves a good screened-in sun porch. So we're preserving that as well.
Yeah.
What is the timeline looking like for this project? I know that nothing's ever exactly how it's supposed to go, but what are you guys thinking?
I kid you not, most projects we do, we're wrapped up with a bow in it in like 3 months, and that's really comfortable. If we get done with this one in 9 months, it'll be like a victory. We're kind of expecting a year. I bet it's a year.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a year.
There's different processes that you have to go through. The city is going to be very involved. Obviously, we're going to do everything with licensed contractors and the permitting and the electrical. A lot of it will be like waiting for the city processes. Okay. But by Christmas next year, if there's an awesome family or single person hanging out in this house, we'll be thrilled.
Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting. Yeah.
Or like Halloween even. By Halloween next year, would be like, yes. Okay. Yeah. And it won't be haunted by that point.
Now it's
Fix the
haunted
haunting.
and haunting you.
It's really not haunted. It
It
just looks like a glorious haunted house, which people will see just driving by right now.
Well, that sounds fantastic. I'm super excited to follow along with this project. I can't wait to see these pieces fall into place. And so, yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it more next time, and stay tuned.
Yeah, sounds good. Great.